And what's that?
Oh fuck. Can you whatchamacallit? Just before, can I sign into your profile and make it my console?
Yeah, I thought you'd already done it. Go ahead.
Nope.
How'd you get sick?
I live in a building full of freshmen.
Ah, so just rampant puss slaying.
No, I just literally I figured out of the two times I've gotten sick, someone at the end of the hall will get sick, and then it'll slowly creep its way up the hallway to getting everyone else sick. And I was like, it's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time. So I was doing shots of Tropicana thinking I could put it off, but
That is
no.
not how that works. Well, if it makes you feel better, I got sick in LA on my like third day, and then slowly recuperated when I got to Portland.
How do I do this again? Oh, okay.
Yeah, super interesting, I know.
Are you feeling better now, or still sick?
I'm fine now. Just hoping I got it out of my system and I'll at least be immune for like a week or two. That'd be nice.
All right. Let's get some Dead Rising going.
So we haven't recorded at all in like a month.
Yeah, just the two of us.
No, I mean just the two of us. It's been like 2 or 3 months.
Yeah, we haven't. Well, we had Thanksgiving. Where's Dead Rising? I didn't delete it. No, there it is.
No, I mean just the two of us. I think the last time we recorded was Fortnite.
Yeah, it was Fortnite.
And that was a while ago. Let me know when you're all set.
I'm loading up Dead Rising right now. How's life been?
Just continuing misery every day, you know.
Oh, good.
Slowly waiting for death. How about
Slowly
you?
succumbing to the trauma around me.
To the what?
To the trauma around
Yeah.
me. Finished Assassin's Creed Unity.
Oh, so you don't need my help, so I can uninstall it. Good.
Oh well, I still kind of want to do the. co-op
No.
mission.
I
Okay.
mean, you're done. It's fine.
All right, never mind.
Can I tell you that I think I might have fallen victim to a scam?
What was the scam? What's the scam?
All right. Well,
You sent money to a Nigerian prince?
fucking might as well have been. It's not much better. I don't know if I've been scammed or if it's just
Check your
shady.
credit card.
If it's just shady business practices in general. So, welcome to Dead Rising 2, part whatever.
Or Nick gets scammed.
So I talked about this a while ago, or a few months ago when it like happened, or when I started. But I was like putting money away for retirement. But I knew it was fucking weird right off the bat because I just figured it was our broken capitalist system, where instead of putting it in like a normal kind of situation, what they do is you put it in life insurance, and you can put up to like $1 million, and that way you can just take it out at any time, and it's still built.
That's not how that works. That's not how that works at all.
Listen. And the idea was that you just don't pay taxes on it and shit like that, up to like $1 million, and then you have to start using like legitimate means. And I knew it was fucking weird and shit, but I just assumed it was the country's fault. I'm just like, this is a loophole built for the white man. I'm a straight white man. It's about time I get mine. And plus, the guy who was doing it was my old manager from GameStop, and I mean, he's a pretty reliable guy, so I was like, all right, well, we'll try this shit. Oh, real quick though, we gotta make sure we get the 2 soldiers, and we gotta get the tapeter. I think we just need to get the soldiers for the trophy, but we gotta get the tapeter die crew as well if we want to get every single survivor.
All right.
I don't think the other ones are listed though.
Oh fuck! I almost forgot the broom.
So we're gonna try and wander outside. It's gonna be tough. I'm not gonna get around it, so you might want to make some better weapons.
I'm good. I'll be fine.
Oh, but okay. So, you know, the whole thing was fucking weird, and I was just like, oh, Chris, just be honest with me. Like, is this legit? And he's like, I mean, it is. I know it sounds super fucking sketchy, but it's just weird loopholes that shouldn't exist. and we're just taking advantage of them. And I was like, okay. So that was back in June, I think it finally went through. And I was paying about $300 a month, and it was supposed to be like a 10-year plan. And then the graduation shit went down, and I was just like, oh, by the way, you don't have a degree. And I was like, oh. So, and then they were also like, hey, but still pay these student loans, right? Haha. So it was just like, okay, I can't afford retirement funds and student loans. So, do you need help?
Not kind of.
So I couldn't. So I can't afford planning for retirement and student loans. So just like, all right, I messaged Chris. I want to say at the end of October. I said like, hey, I need to stop the payments. Like, and that was the other thing. They said I can stop at any time. So I was like, whatever.
Of course, that's how they get you.
They get you by saying you can stop at any time. That's, I mean, to be fair, I figured like, I mean, the mentality I went in is like, if I stop, they flat out tell you like, if you stop, then it's just like the money's basically gone, unless you pull out. Like the warnings are there. So I was just like, all right, well, I mean, I'm hoping I can do this long term. If I can't, then I mean, I fucked up and that was a shitty investment. But I was ready to eat it. So, you know, too many payments a month, and I was like, all right, so I'm gonna stop doing this. Chris, I gave like a huge message about it. Chris had read the answer because I messaged him on Facebook, and then didn't respond. And I was like, all right, maybe he's like pissed. Well, no, I was just like, maybe he's just like pissed because I probably fucked up his commission or something. And so I was just like, all right, we gotta go over here.
Okay.
So I was like, all right, whatever. I just assume that he's gonna, you know, because he was, like I said, trustworthy guy. So I was just like, I just assume he's on the up and up here, and he'll just be like, all right, I'll fix this for you later, or I'll just do it. Real quick, I just want to make sure I can't find these survivors, and I gotta look for them.
All right.
So he didn't answer, and then a payment still went through at the beginning of November, but I was like, whatever. They did say it would take like a 2 weeks notice, and I was like just under that, so I was like, okay. Then today, another payment went through, so I was like, all right, Chris is about to get another message. You know, fucking beware. Probably shouldn't use his real name for what I'm about to do, but I don't really give a shit. So,
if he's running a predatory practice.
Well, so here's the thing. Chris then informed me this morning, oh, I left that place back in July, and I wanted to fucking strangle him. I've never felt such blind hot rage for someone, where I'm just like, you were my fucking case manager and you left. It's like, yeah, they should have given you like something in the mail, and or no, I think he said I left us to be more at home with my kids and to help my wife with their company. They should have given you something in the mail, but I wasn't allowed to say anything for until all the paperwork was like finalized. And I was like, I've never wanted to just rip someone's fucking throat out in my life. I've never just blind hot rage wanted to destroy this person. Like, you fucking got me into this, and you leave a month after it starts for me. And apparently he's gotten other people into it too. I don't know what their story is. I should ask them. You should ask them. But I'm just like so fun. Like, what was the name of this thing? Well, it's oh, they should be here. Hold on. Near maintenance room. Fortune Park near maintenance room. That's all it says. So they should be. They're in this area somewhere. I thought they were in the middle here. We're looking for 2 army guys. Okay. I'm just gonna try and reset the area. So come over here with me again.
Wait, I see. Oh, those are army zombies.
But he said, like, you know, but I'll give you all the information you need to cancel still. Like, he said, I haven't messaged him back today because I was driving home and I was so fucking angry with him that I was just like, I will crash if I try and message him right now. So I was just, I'm gonna message him again tomorrow and just be like, I cannot believe, I'm not even gonna bother unloading on him. I'm just gonna say that would be great. Just give me the information to cancel. But if I see him he's a father of 3 young children. But if I see him in person, I'm gonna fucking knock his lights out. I've never been this angry at another human. Well, that's not true. My mother, but I've never been this angry at another human being in recent memory, and just. So
So what was the name of the company?
So, I know the insurance part is from like Penn Insurance, PENN, and forget what their specific company is called, but they work under like one of the giant firms, like one of the big fucking untouchable ones. I don't remember if it's not Wells Fargo. It's one of the like big four or whatever it is. So they had the credibility there, or at least a semblance of it. I hate these gas zombies, I really do. Be great if I had the car for this. I don't know where these fucks are. They say that should start. Hold on. Alright, okay, I gotta pause again.
No worries with me.
They're like the last two I need for this trophy.
But
Oh, okay. So we gotta do this case first. That's why I figured. So we gotta continue with the story stuff first.
okay. Well, I would just recommend not doing that ever again.
Yeah.
But just get a goddamn Roth RIA or whatever.
Well, I'm not getting shit now. That's the whole point. Is that now I'm fucking paying for loans. That's all I can really afford. So.
Well, with the Roth, you're not like putting in money steadily. You just kind of put in like a couple, and then it invests itself into like mutual funds and whatnot.
Well, that's what they said is mutual
again,
funds. The way they explained it was that mutual funds are definitely safer, and they return about 3%.
Yeah.
And that their point was that it was supposed to give like really good returns over like 10 and 15 years. And I was just like, it's better than nothing, I was telling myself, but I was wrong. I mean, I don't know that it wouldn't have worked if I kept it up for 15 years or whatever it's supposed to be. It's just that's just not what I can do anymore. What?
Well, you could also do Acorn.
Yeah, I've seen Acorn.
So that's
But that's the thing. It's like I wasn't really interested at all. I did it because I trusted Chris, and I was like, whatever. I mean,
Chris don't give a fuck about you.
Man, I've never. So that was my today. Oh, this is after. This is minor, but I was already in a pissed off mood. So, I forgot to so I went back to work for the first time on Sunday night, and I mean, so obviously something went wrong because I'm talking about it right now.
It was a perfectly normal day.
So I did my shift right. I did everything normal, and but I forgot to like close out the shift at like 5 a.m. The way it works is that every other shift they close it. We shouldn't. I don't want to rescue these. No, let's take them. Whatever. Let's get these four. Like every other shift, they're like the morning shift and the regular like night shift. They close their stuff out. They print out the reports and everything, and then hunky dory, everything's fine. But because I do the overnight, I have to. Part of it is getting lottery readings, and the lottery shuts down at 1 and doesn't turn on until 5. So I can't get the readings until at least 5 a.m. But the rest of the changeovers at 4. So I just basically just like finalize the fucking sale, or finalize the fucking thing. I have to wait until 5 a.m., turn the machine on, and then the machine has to boot up for a few minutes. Then I have to like print it out, and that wouldn't be as fucking annoying if it wasn't just there's always this one fucking guy every goddamn morning right at 5 a.m. like he knows as soon as it turns on that will come in there. He will come in right at 5, so that means I turn on the machine and this dude fucking stands there for like a minute while it boots up, and it's just so fucking unnerving. So I like quickly have to like print his shit out, and then I can go and do it. And so like by the time I finish with him, I always like sometimes I just forget that I have to print out the reports.
Oh fuck! I should get behind these people.
So I just completely forgot. And I went home. My boss was like, "Did you print out the reports?" And I was like, "Oh, I forgot." He's like, "You can't do that." I'm like, "I mean, it won't happen again. I just forgot." He's just like, "I already had enough to do today." I'm like, "What the fuck do you want me to say here?" Like, too bad.
What do you want me to do? Come back to the store?
Well, it's like not even that. It's like it's something he could easily do. It's just like he had left extra work for himself. So by me making extra work, it was like suddenly my fault. So I'm just like, all right, well. So that happened Sunday night. And then, so that was my fuck up for like, you're allowed to have a fuck up every so often. And then kind of still have credibility. But that was mine in recency. And then this morning, Pepsi came in super early, and the way 7-Eleven has us check shit in is that you got to scan everything in individually, which is super, super annoying on 7-Eleven's
Wait,
part.
so you have to break everything up?
Well, for like, say, you know how do I put this? So they bring in like a case of 24 like 20-ounce what do you call it? Like a case of 24 like 20-ounce Mountain Dew bottles.
Yeah.
You scan one, and then it's like, okay, there's your order of 24.
Oh, okay.
So like it's not that bad, but it's still like each flavor, each individual thing, and it's like if there's more than one order of them, etc. So I don't normally do Pepsi because they get there after I leave, but they came early, so I was like, all right, great, now I got to do this. But the way my boss makes things work is that so we have other orders for like bakery and like sandwiches that 7-Eleven gets daily, and he makes the night shifts scan in some of the items, my shift, the overnight, scan in the bakery. And then he scans it, and then him or someone else scans in the sandwiches in the morning. When it's supposed to be all taken in as one order. He's like, oh, no, it's easier this way. I'm like, no, it's fucking not. But so, like, you can only scan in one order at a time. And I don't know why. It's like, you're, like, just not close enough. There we go. So you can only scan in one order at a time. So because he leaves that going, I was not prepared to take Pepsi in. So I had to quickly go into the cooler, try and scan in as many sandwiches as I could to like finish his order, and then like still deal with customers coming in the morning rush, and the Pepsi guy's just like standing there and just like, oh, I'm sorry, man. I'm just like, I mean, whatever, don't come in early. And
I'm just here with a thumb in my ass.
yeah, like I knew it wasn't his fault, but I was just like, this is real annoying. All right, let's just take these guys back. I don't know where the fuck the arrow is taking us. It's all over the goddamn place, but
You do love like bringing 80 people through the map.
they came 4 at once. I can't change that.
Yeah, but we could have just went and straight dropped them off and then go back on our adventure.
I thought we were going so what I thought would be faster is that if we just like quickly went and like finished this boss, and then we have to bring Rebecca back anyway.
Fuck.
So it's like,
we're gonna lose Wallace
why?
because Wallace is getting eaten and destroyed.
I've got food. Just quickly transition to the next area. We'll bring him inside a store real quick. I'll give him some food.
Okay.
Oh, but yeah, so I had to scan in Pepsi, and there's a whole thing. Way more work than I should have had to do alone in the morning while still taking customers and shit. So I'm going to bring him over in this, like, corner. You just, try and watch their back as we do this.
Oh, fuck me, I'm getting eaten as well.
Alright, I'll just aim them and hope they'll run on their own.
Fuck you, motherfucker. Fuck.
So you're going to have to hit the stick, and then you have to hit 2 buttons.
Yeah, I did.
Alright, I'm going to close the door behind me for a little bit. If you come in, just close it behind you. Alright, I got coffee creamer, Wallace. Just chug this straight up creamer. All better. It's all better. I'll give something to Rachel too. Rachel, you want these nuts?
Ha ha ha.
It's a dumb joke. You shouldn't have laughed at that. So then I text my boss like as I'm leaving, and I was just like, yeah, you know, sorry this happened. You know, Pepsi came early. I didn't know what else to do. I had to scan them, so I was like, I finished up the order. If I made mistakes, which I knew I did, I was like, I'm sorry, but you know, it was like I didn't really have another choice. And he was like, no. And then he texted me like 15 minutes after I send it, and he's just like, cancel out the Pepsi order and go grab the terminal from the office and then scan it on that one. And you know, just wait for Lynn to come in at 7 to fix it. And he texted me that at 7, and I had come in, or I had already finished by like 6:45, and then Lynn didn't come in until 7:15, which we'll talk about in a fucking second.
You must have missed work.
Oh, it's been a real shitty day. So she comes in at like 7:15, and I was just like, oh, look who decided to show up to work. I said this to like a 55-year-old woman because I was just so fucking fed up. And she's a bitch. It's fine. And she was like, oh yeah, my alarm didn't work and stuff like that. And just like 10 minutes before, I had just like talked to the other girl who'd come in. And I was like, and I was like, oh, nice of Lynn to show up. And then she was like, Lynn never shows up on time. She's always like 15 minutes late, like every single time. And then so this girl was like, you know, I was waiting in my car for like 10 minutes before starting, just waiting for Lynn to show up, and she never did. And I was like, oh, thanks for that, while I was trying to scan in the order and deal with this line. And she was like, oh, I didn't see. Move to the right.
Oh, sorry.
And I was like, oh, no, yeah, it's great. It's like, you fucking, like...
Thank you for being a piece of shit.
Openly admitting that you're just, like, leaving me hanging out to dry. I mean, I saw her in the parking lot waiting. I wasn't going to call her out for it. I was thinking it. But the fact that she brought it up that way, I was like, oh, no, really, thanks. You're great.
Jesus fucking Christ. I almost ran into the bullets.
They didn't do much. So yeah, she gives me this whole excuse, but it's like, do you ever just get real fed up with people for just like, she's giving me an excuse this one specific reason why she's late, and I'm just like, I know for a fact you're late every goddamn shift. Why are you making it seem like this is a one-time thing? It's like, oh, I didn't wake up, or I missed my alarm. And I was just, it's like, oh, every day for years. Cool.
People get upset with me that like, if you late to work, I was like, don't expect to have a nice civil conversation with me.
No, we need to address this. So, just having a shitty day, and then that made it worse. But I did tell you, I had a conversation for you that I wanted to run by you.
What?
So one day, we're both going to be parents. Whether
Let's not get too crazy here.
Well, I mean together.
Whether by choice or by
whether by choice or by terrible, terrible circumstance. Or in our new sitcom where we both play single dads with one child each, and then we just try and see what wacky situations we get ourselves into. So I think it's safe to assume our children will be playing video games, right? They don't have to, but I think it's a probability.
Or at least they'll see me playing video games.
You're just not going to let them play.
Who knows? These games are violent.
Well, assuming that kids play video games, you know, like, say they get in trouble, you know, it's your child, so I assume it does something stupid or melts off to someone. And
what the fuck? I was a great child.
From what Jose saw.
I was a good human being. Still am.
Just assume they get into trouble. You know how some parents will like take away the systems?
Mm-hmm.
If they got in trouble, how is this as a punishment? Deleting their saves. Not taking away the system, just deleting their saves.
That's too far.
Do you honestly think that?
That's way too far. There's a line and that's crossing it. I would just move the console into my bedroom. Like if it was on the family TV, I'd be like, nope, I'm just gonna put this in my room, and you need to ask for permission.
See,
and
I'm gonna
still use it.
You know what worries me about that though?
What? That you'll never move it back?
The way that streaming games and stuff work, there might be some fucking workaround where they can play it on their computer or on their phone. Like remote play works like that. You could easily just like play it on the computer instead.
Then I'll just turn off the goddamn Wi-Fi.
That's not as extreme as deleting the saves. No internet.
I can live without internet.
Bullshit.
Well, I'll be paying for the data plan. I'll just turn off everyone's data as well.
Jesus Christ, Hitler! Like
deleting the save. That's just rude because like you could have worked on that.
Well, maybe they need to work on their grades. Wouldn't that dissuade them from playing the video games and they have to start all over again? Or would they be like you and just like with no memory card, just start the game over 17 times?
Hey, it gave me a lot of self-determination in my life.
So you're against deleting the save? That's too far?
I feel like that's the
I mean, I wouldn't do it to my worst enemy, but as a punishment, I think it's pretty good.
I remember my coworker Sierra and good friend could not understand why I would break up with someone for deleting my saves on my console. Because I was just like, if someone deleted my FIFA save, I'm like, I'm murdering everyone ever. That's 2 years of straight gameplay.
All right, what about this? Delete the save, but it stays in the cloud, so you can just download it again when you're done. Give the illusion that they have no save.
It's whatever. That works once, and then your kid's gonna buy a USB and keep backing up their save files on a hard drive.
That's true. I'm worried about how crafty my child will be.
There's better methods of punishing a child.
Are there? I mean, can I just beat them? Is that allowed?
People
No.
do that. You can have a serious conversation with them.
It was weird
Give
for
them
me.
extra chores.
It was weird for me because I've been a big kid for a while. So just like that never worked on me because I was always bigger than my parents. So like that was never a threat. Just like, I mean, I'm just gonna get out of whatever situation you try and put me in. Like,
Did you ever really get grounded?
no, I didn't get parented really.
Yeah, I was wondering.
It's
Or
basically
you and Pat were always amazed that I had things to do within the household.
well, for me it was just there was no order in my household. I wouldn't have been against chores. I mean, I agree as a society now that we probably should work together, including in small familial units. Also, who needs money? We should just trade services. No.
Fucking bitch.
God, it's so fucking cool when you win with the knife gloves and just like covered in blood.
Okay, psycho.
Just like a good murder. How soon is it okay to make murder jokes with someone you're dating? Like, just like,
What
I could
kind
be a
of murder
serial killer.
jokes? Oh, no.
Never?
No. That's how somebody goes missing.
I made a joke and they said, oh, I guess that's a big step forward that you're making murder jokes. You're comfortable enough to make those. It's like, oh, right, yeah.
It's Juliana's birthday this week, so I have to... Well, tomorrow I'm going to get all her gifts, and then...
All her gifts. Gifts with an S.
Oh, Christmas is like right around the corner.
Christmas? You've known this girl for what, 2 months? 3?
Since July.
That's not long enough.
It's not long enough for someone you're dating to get a gift?
No, you don't get gifts until you say I love you.
The fuck? That's not how that works.
Yes.
I just want you to know that that's not how that works.
That is how that works.
Who the fuck lied to you?
It's not a lie, it's a personal policy.
That's your
I don't give gifts to people I don't love.
You finna get broken up with real quick.
I mean, then what about me? My birthday is in like a week.
Yeah, we're gonna go fucking watch Star Wars.
No, not you. Just mean like, am I deserving a gift?
How long have you known this girl?
A month.
Too soon.
Yeah. So what are the rules?
If you know someone for 5 months, don't you think that you've been dating? Don't you think you should get them something at 5
You
months?
did
and
get her
it's their
something. You
birthday?
got her chlamydia.
I fucking hate you. You are no good piece of shit.
It was right there. You would have been mad if I didn't take that. You shouldn't have been my friend if I didn't take that. You fully deserve that. It was set up perfectly. Come on. You admit it. If the tables were turned, you would absolutely have made that joke.
Probably. We all know that's not my MO. I have operated in a purely selfish manner. But yeah, I'm taking her out to dinner tomorrow night. I'm meeting her parents on Sunday.
Ooh.
Her mom wants to meet me. I'm like, Jesus Christ, it's only been like 5 months, 6 months.
Oh, now it's only been.
And we've only been officially dating since October.
See, that's the shit I'm talking about, where it's like you're ready to give a gift when it's only been since October.
Well, it's more
Guilt?
now. Yeah. At this point, I know you well. I know you well enough that social culture tells me it's someone's birthday. You should at least get them a little something.
We didn't start doing birthday shit until we were, what, like 18?
Yeah, but guys usually don't even get each other gifts. Usually just like
Break social norms, come on. We
here's
gotta
a beer.
admit to our sensitive sides.
True, but she is gonna get some like small gift, a dinner. That's it.
You're not gonna give her the gift of your penis?
Let's not get too crazy. Granted, she's like kind of just she's been hinting she's gonna buy me a soccer jersey. I'm like, damn, that's $90, so I gotta meet that.
I like that that's the thought process.
I'm sorry, you can't be the one who spent less, especially if it's a woman.
All right, that's sexist.
No, that's just how you don't get dumped. I'm gonna write a book, How Not to Get Dumped. It's very easy. Don't do stupid shit. If it's me, if it's your basic instinct, don't go against that. Don't listen to yourself.
Are you the smarter one in your relationship?
Yes, I tend to be.
That doesn't surprise me, knowing you. Not that you're smart, but that you seek out dumber women.
Shut the fuck up. Juliana's very smart.
It's not smarter than you.
Well, I mean, like, what is the basis of smartness?
The girl I'm seeing was 7th in her college class.
What was her college?
BU?
Okay, fuck you.
Oh, wait, what do you mean? Like,
wait, what was her major?
I don't remember.
No.
It was
What'd she do
legitimate
for
one.
work?
She...
What's an illegitimate major? Nursing?
English?
Engineering? Like,
English.
not true. When I want to piss, another way of pissing off my students whenever I meet an engineer student, so I'm like, why do you go to college? This is for like intellectual people, not people who are just told this number and this equation.
Do normal people have as much of a bias against engineers as we do?
No,
I don't think so either.
most of them are also amazed by stupidity, but
It's
I
just...
don't know. I just take a dump on anyone who comes to college. Like, you could have literally learned your job by getting an internship at a office and sat around and figured this shit out.
I just realized TK has a jewel in his tie. I want to get to a status where I can start wearing a jewel in my tie.
Has there ever been a character in any show or game named TK who wasn't a piece of shit?
Hot take. Oh, I want to throw it back to the audience. There was a question. When do you get gifts? No, there was a different question. It was one of the things we were talking about earlier, and I wanted to throw it to the audience to see if it was weird. I don't remember what it was. Just comment on the entire thing. John, take notes.
When you're late for your shift, what is the proper...
No, I mean, first of all...
Oh, was it about punishing your child? Was that what you were wondering about?
No, no. But let me make something really clear. I'm not against sitting outside waiting until like the exact minute your shift starts. I do that. I'm against doing it in the front fucking parking lot.
Oh yeah, you can't be doing that.
Hide that shit.
You
And then
stupid.
certainly don't tell me you were doing it. I don't care if you were. Just don't tell me.
The door, it's been breached.
Oh shit. Good thing that tiger's there.
Yeah, isn't that bullshit? I don't remember. I don't remember if Snowball comes out and fights. I think Snowball might just be guarding your daughter. Alright, so we can teamwork this really well. We have to grab 3 different things from around the safe room. And get them all back here. Or I think it's 3. And then we got to do like a little mini game. Try to only kill what you have to.
Find the generator fuel barrel and spool of wire. Take each item to the gate panel. Okay. I'm just gonna follow you.
Alright. No, we should be going for different items.
Alright.
I'm gonna... Actually, I'll give you an item, and then you run it back to this part of the safe room, okay?
Yeah. Smart. Shit. Yeah, wait. Why
Shit,
doesn't...
where's the pointing?
Why don't we just put everyone in the same room and then release the tiger?
Well, the tiger can't really... It's not invincible.
It's a fucking tiger.
Yeah, but do you want to get it killed?
It's a fast fucking animal.
It is a member of our family.
Yeah, that's some real white people shit you're saying right here. Damn, this place is
I
messy.
feel like in the history of owning a tiger, it's probably been less white people than other colors. Alright, grab the generator and go bring it back. I can't give you the marker because I gotta go find my own item.
We're gonna run up the stairs. I kind of remember where. I can make a generator. Oh, fuckity fuck. Oh, shit.
Okay, I think this is gonna... I think it
I
should
went
point
the
you
wrong way,
back.
I think.
Yeah, just follow the arrow. Oh, shit. Hold on.
Nope. I'm just running up the stairs. That's not the right way. Back downstairs. I'll figure it out. I have 2 degrees.
I think the arrow should point you in the right direction for right now, because I'm also running back.
Pointing at the gen. Yep. Spool of wire, place. Where are you?
Alright, you're close. Just keep running in the circle. You'll get it,
Eventually.
yeah.
Oh fuck! No. No, fuck.
All right, you got this.
There
I
we go.
believe in you. I shouldn't, but I believe in you.
Where am I putting this thing? Oh, right here.
All right, I got
There
the
we
last.
go.
I got the last. Bleh, last item coming.
All right. I'm gonna bam. Hey, everybody.
Excellent vamping. Very Phil Lamar-esque. That's a reference.
Oh yeah, Juliana watched Akira for the first time with me. That was a great time. I had to explain the plot to her. Also,
Why'd you have to explain the plot? It's a standalone movie.
well, she was wondering what it all meant and what was the whole point of the movie.
All right, defend me.
Okay. She was just more like, it was really cool animation, but she was like, what was the whole point? Boy explodes. I was like, well, it's all about
The journey. It's all about how you can't give power to those who've already matured because they're corrupted. You have to give it to children because
No.
they're malleable.
I got most of them.
That's not what the movie's about.
I think that's what the movie's about.
The movie's about the nuclear bomb on Japan and how it changes the culture.
That too.
Mostly that.
I've seen. I think I've seen it better explained in a webcomic where Japan with their rising sun flag. Is it called? What's the flag with the sun rays? What's that one called?
The Imperial flag?
Yeah,
Or,
I didn't know if it had a different name. There's the Imperial flag. It just gets beaten over the head with a stick. Just says bomb on it, and then they just turn into Kwai.
What else? Oh,
Did-
I
did the
I
bomb-
Tanya this weekend.
Did the nuclear bomb lead to the culture that Japan has today of, like, you know, mostly
Fearing another bomb.
not just that, obviously. I just mean like their whole like creative culture, I guess, like between the animation and stories. I guess those must have existed before the bomb, right?
Well, yeah. Well, no. So Astro Boy was one of the first mangas and whatnot, and that guy was inspired by Walt Disney, and then the bomb dropped, and that like the bombs did change the culture drastically, because they went from strictly isolationist to how does the rest of the world view us, to how do we view the rest of the world, and their fear of the rest of the world,
Yeah.
and then American culture and like their rebuilding fucking changed everything.
Must have gotten loose somehow. I can't believe you
Shit
got
complicated.
that out of me.
It is very complicated. There's a video online, the history of Japan.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Actually, Zach showed that to me while I was in LA.
Zach, what's his big dick?
Yep.
I didn't want to say his last name. I was like, how else can
No,
I
you're right.
really-
Much better. Also, how many fucking Zachs do we both know?
I know like three.
In common.
I wasn't sure if you knew the other Zach.
You gotta help me.
The one with a smaller dick, I assume.
One whose dick length is undetermined.
I'll leave that in the air. I'm not going to explain that. Just for those who've watched other videos, we've probably talked about it before. For those who don't understand what we're talking about, just
That's what you're gonna get.
sit there.
I saw Tanya.
How was it?
It was good. It was enjoyable.
Oh.
Also, I thought.
I saw The Disaster Artist.
Oh, how was that?
It was good. I mean, I hadn't seen The Room.
Oh, okay. That changes everything. But
Yeah, because I did think it was probably only going to be good if you'd seen The Room. I'd seen clips of it, but I'd never seen the whole thing.
you should sit down one day and watch The Room.
With someone
Only-
else. I refuse to watch it alone.
Okay, sure. When I'm home.
Sorry,
Oh, wait.
I don't really plan.
Actually, no, we're
I don't really plan things 8 months in advance. Sorry.
Fuck you. We're gonna see Star Wars that day. What was I gonna say?
They just got the wrong
So
Tanya?
today, I'm
Calm down and relax.
side. This is side related.
Now he's up
I'm
there
going
with
through
this.
these tweet streets, as you know I
Not
do.
gonna kill a bunch of unarmed
And where so Disney announced Incredibles 2 when it's coming out,
people. We need to go out there
and someone tweeted out that this kid,
I saw this too.
Lights Camera Jackson, ranked all the Pixar movies.
Oh, I thought you were talking about something else. I thought you were going to talk about how someone on Twitter pointed out that, oh, he's called Jack because he's a jack of all trades. And
Oh,
Violet,
no.
and Violet is because ultraviolet or something like that. And then someone says, you guys aren't going to believe why Dash is called Dash.
But Nick, guess what this 19-year-old boy, for the record, put as the #1 best Pixar film?
Oh God. Don't tell me. I do want to guess. All right, I'm gonna list off movies, just for my own, like, just so I can get them in my head. All right, we got the 3 Toy Stories. We have Incredibles. We have Monsters Inc. Monsters University. We have Cars 1 through 3. Oh, what else has Pixar done? Don't help me.
Ratatouille.
They have. I didn't know they did Ratatouille. I thought that was Disney.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's,
Okay, those are the ones that I jumped to. I'm gonna guess. All right, can I narrow it down? Did he pick a sequel?
no. I'll
Okay.
give him. I'll commend him for that.
Cars.
Yes.
What a fucking dickhead. That is hands down the worst Pixar series.
His top 5: Cars, Ratatouille, Toy Story 3, Cars 2, Toy Story 2. What is Cars dominating the top 5? Why is Cars all up in
Cars
the top
2 is panned as the worst Pixar movie.
5? At 18 is Wall-E. At 19 is The Good Dinosaur.
I forgot about Wall-E.
Toy Story is at 13.
What?
You know this man says the
Did he say
N-word
Toy Story
online.
3 was one of the top ones?
Toy Story 3 is the number third one.
Toy Story 3 is a 70-minute movie.
I love Toy Story 3.
Half of which Buzz Lightyear's character is just erased.
Monsters University is better than Toy Story,
What?
according to his rating.
What?
Now, y'all gonna tell me racism is not real? Then I need y'all to look at this list. And of course, because I'm an asshole. For long-time viewers, this is a readily known fact.
Did you say it's
I
a
would-
rarely known fact?
Readily known
Oh,
fact.
okay.
I decided, let me do some research on this kid, right? He back in the day was an 11-year-old film critic. He's still a film critic who's terrible. And he did an interview where someone asked him like, "Oh, what did you think of Inception?" He was just like, he's 11 years old. And he goes, "Oh, it's really adult. It's not really for children. I didn't understand it. It was super confusing. It was dreams within dreams. It was quirky. I thought it was
Oh,
cool.
can you hold that thought? I'm gonna take like a short break. Sorry, very abrupt. I gotta go for a second.
Oh, you got poop?
Yep. Do you ever worried you're in a sitcom?
What happened? You poop on the toilet seat?
As soon as I leave, as soon as I exit my door to go to the bathroom, there's a knock on the door. And I'm like, first of all, what timing is that? That's not okay. Second, it was a guy delivering food. And I was just kind of like, oh. And I was just like, so my first assumption was, hopefully they paid online. I'll take the food inside and just be like, hey, here's the food. And he was like, it's going to be $36.20. And then I was just like, damn it. He was like, I didn't order this. Hold on. Let me look for it. Let me see if someone ordered. Go knock on the parents' door. Do you guys order food? No? Okay. Knock on the older brother's door. No? I'm like, great. So I go out. It's like, yeah, we didn't order. And he goes, oh, is this insert address? And I was like, yeah, but there's 3 apartments here. There's one up front, one up back. He's like, do you know which one ordered? I'm like, man,
Motherfucker.
how the fuck would I know that? All while trying to hold, like, just butt water inside of my, just inside, just like trying not to.
Lord.
It's just like, this is not, it's just like, I don't know, man. Good luck. And just close the door in his face. Just like, I cannot continue this comical conversation any longer.
Oh, yes.
You
So,
were
back-
talking and I was vaguely paying attention. The 11-year-old
Think-
critic on Inception.
He says that movie's confusing.
I mean, grown adults say Inception's confusing.
Yeah, and grown adults are fucking stupid, as we
That's
see
true.
from our
That's
past
true.
election results.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't understand
Hot take.
where in the world, like, when did this narrative? Oh yeah, he also said the ending to Inception was predictable. What the fuck?
Well, what does he mean by predictable?
No, that's the sentence. That's all he gave us.
Hey, if you have any guns on you, drop them.
And then he said, I don't.
Okay.
Then he said, Saving Mrs. Banks is one of the best movies ever in the last 5 years. And La La Land. Now I know this man says racist things. Why do people live this way? Cars as the best Pixar movie?
I'm sorry this has happened to you. I know this is going to affect you for years to come.
I'm sorry. I'm not a snob by any stretch of the imagination.
I mean,
you know,
I don't think that's true.
that's true.
Can you try and kill the one getting close to these guys? Because they're not talking to me.
I played Assassin's Creed Unity all the way through. See, not a snob.
God damn it.
And that game was actually pretty good. Granted, it is
Still
my
an
second
Assassin's Creed.
yeah, and it's my third least favorite, only because it has legitimately, not a single mission taking day in the modern timeline, and progresses none of the modern timeline forward.
Just fucking come on, guys! Jesus Christ!
Talk to me, show me your name.
It's really annoying. Why do I have a drill? How did this happen? Alright, I'm gonna try and walk away. I don't know what these fucks want. Like, I need them. They're our last fucking survivors.
One of my least favorite. So I'm in a group chat with two of my former coworkers, and when they want to tell a long-ass story, they'll leave voice messages on the group chat. So now
What?
it's turned into, yeah, it's like little fucking audio logs.
Are they insane?
No, it actually is kind of helpful. So that way you don't have to type a long full text message. Now you just have to listen to someone.
Yeah, but that's like a step away from a phone call.
Well, it's a group message, so we're all there. If it was a personal message and they decided to do, Andrew does that with Sammy, and I'm like, what the fuck? Why? Just call each other. She's like, sometimes I miss his voice. I was like, bitch.
Okay, here we go. I don't know if we got the thing for completing the notebook. I don't know if I have to get them all back for that.
I watched The Notebook.
I've seen the
We
notebook.
We should get a notification for that.
What? You gonna trophy?
Yeah.
What's your opinion on the notebook?
It's a shitty movie.
I agree. I think it's way, way overhyped. And I think
it appeals to a certain group of what they perceive romance as, and that's not how I get my kicks, and nor am I really that attractive to Ryan Gosling, so.
I mean, Rachel McAdams can get it, but
She got a weird forehead.
that's fine.
Also, what really upsets me whenever I go on Reddit, so me, like any healthy boy,
I already know this isn't going to be true.
when you go on a, like, not safe for work subreddit, every once in a while someone starts posting about someone's ass, and someone started posting about Rachel McAdams' ass, saying, damn, she's got a great ass. I was like, boy, we must be looking at two different things, because this thing is 2D. There's no, what? Rachel McAdams? I don't think these people have ever seen what an ass is supposed to look like. She looks like when she poops, it comes out flat.
I have nothing to add to this conversation. I'm not an ass man. This is not my territory.
It just blows, like, it's always, well, granted, everyone on Reddit is a racist.
Yeah.
So it makes sense to me that there's, like, never, like, any black women or darker skinned women at all in the, like, the not safe for work, unless I go into the specifically.
That's a good point. I hadn't really thought about that.
Unless I go into the, like, extremely dehumanizing ones, which are like Dark Angels, XXX, Women of Color, and it's all black and white. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
No, thank you. This weird fetishist stuff.
Yeah, I'm just
It's like, how about just treat them as human beings?
it's like whenever I go into r/blackfellas, it's always nice, but like, I'm like, where do y'all get your porn out here? Someone's gotta start a community.
Porn of black women for black men.
Also, now I started got into the habit of every time I find a new porn star, just go on their Twitter and then put the N word next to it to see if they've ever tweeted out the N word. That shit. I found out Adria Chechnik, whatever her name is, she refuses to have sex with black men in her personal life. Only for money. The more you know.
Hold on. I'm about to be really upset.
What? It didn't record?
No, I mean it's recording as far as I know, but I'll look. Yeah. Apparently I missed 2. Oh no, okay, we're good. We're fine. Alright. I just saw that message with Spencer. Nick and Carlos are in the booth. I'm scared. We are recording one for the ages, says you, and then hopefully locked away for the ages. He kind of got you.
This is a good episode, I think. We're back at it. Back feeling the mojo.
The boys are back in town. Hey, I do have good news for you, though.
What?
This is the final part of Dead Rising 2.
Oh, thank the fucking Lord. Now we can play all the Dead Rising.
Wait, what?
I'm just joking. We should play The Division.
Is that what you want next? We started Destiny and did moderately okay.
Yeah, I was thinking about it. They actually did a free update on The Division and gave a whole other part of the city now. And I was like, that's an interesting spot with new game modes and whatnot. And I understand. Like, I remember Spencer not really caring for The Division that much. Me, I actually really enjoyed it for the time that I spent with it. To a point where I kind of wanted to give it like a Game of the Year award, but there wasn't really like an award we had for it.
Speaking of which, I know Spencer's really antsy to do those soon.
Oh, we can record anytime after the whatchamacallit. After the 26th.
Oh, so very small window.
Well, no, I just mean on the 26th I'll be riding the Amtrak. Sorry, and on the 25th it's Christmas. I doubt you really want to record on Christmas.
I mean, I'd be fine with it because I don't celebrate it, but I mean,
also,
everyone else probably wouldn't.
I want to finish Dishonored 2 and like Dishonored: Death of the Outsider before.
I was surprised to see that you bought Death of the Outsider as well.
Oh well, it was the deluxe edition.
I know, that's what I mean. Usually, if it's cheap, I'll go for the Game of the Year editions. But in past experience, you tend to just go for the base game, no matter how long it's been out.
Well, it depends. Sometimes it depends on. Actually, no, because it's really if I heard the DLC was good, and like apparently the Death of the Outsider DLC is so good that people are like, we should nominate it for Game of the Year.
Interesting.
So I was just like, ooh, that piques my interest. I think I'm gonna burn through Hellblade. I think because that should be 20 hours. I think I can burn through that.
Is it really that long of a game? I thought it was like a walking simulator.
No, there's an action sequence, and also if you fuck up the game enough, it deletes it.
The way you just described that, there's an action sequence, as in one.
There's multiple. But
I got the impression, but you made it sound like there was just one. I was like, oh, okay. So it's a Telltale game.
If you die enough, it'll delete itself off your console, and you have to start up from the beginning.
That's interesting. I want to finish Yakuza 0, just to put it in the running.
I can't believe you're still playing that.
I mean, it's not still playing. I haven't touched it in months. I mean, I'd lost save data like 3 times. That is, oh man, that is disheartening.
That's an omen. I played like the first 5 hours of Persona, and I was like, I'm good.
I just finished Persona.
Is that in the running for Game of the Year?
I think it would have won any other year, but Nier came out this year, unfortunately for it.
I think I'm going to give it Birth by Sleep my Game of the Year, because I finished it this year.
And you enjoyed it that much?
I enjoyed it a lot. I didn't enjoy it to give it.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I did not get the impression you enjoyed it.
If it was whatchamacallit, the best game you played this year, regardless of year, it would be down to The Last Guardian, Nier, and Witcher 3. And very, very close with The Witcher winning it.
But yeah, I think, how do I put this? I think you'd enjoy the story of Persona, but yeah, I don't know if you'd enjoy the gameplay. Like, let me put it this way. I don't think you would have enjoyed the story for 3 and 4, but I think you would have enjoyed the story for 5. The main story is accidentally topical. Like, the game was in development before the election season, but it has way too many parallels to the U.S. election than it should have.
Well, they're going through something similar in Japan.
Yeah, well, then that's probably... Well, if this is the first one, I think they've had a warning where it's like relating to current events or people is purely by coincidence, etc. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I think they came really close to doing something really, really good with the last boss. I'm trying not to spoil it, because I know there's a lot of people in the Discord and stuff who are currently playing it. But I was honestly
Wait. Who the fuck is knocking on my door? 1 second.
It's after 5.
Hey guys, it's just me. Carlos is busy. I was hoping he didn't mute himself. Maybe they got the Phantom Booper. If you guys didn't join the Discord, some of us changed our name to holiday names. Mine is 8 Days of Nick, because ENIAC is still Saint ENIAC, which is bullshit, because my name is literally Nick, so I could use Saint Nicholas. It's kind of garbage. I thought about just manually changing his name to something else, but I was like, no, he got there first, that's fine. I couldn't change my name because I was at work when he did it, but that's fine. Or I was on vacation. And then Carlos is Yippee Carlos motherfucker instead of Yippee-Ki-Yay, because Die Hard is a Christmas movie in Carlos's eyes. Spencer, whose name is normally Skullcat, went with the incredibly boring The Nightmare Before Christmas, which does not relate to his name. He just picked the name of a vaguely Christmas movie and made it his name. I think that's boring. We have Gingerbread Man for John Barnett. We have Merry Christmas, which is great. Neo Christmas, Hanukkah's great.
Okay, well, yeah, one of these dimwits apparently got a concussion, so...
Do you have to go take care of that?
No, he'll go take care of himself.
I was just rating the names of the people who changed their names for Christmas and the holidays. Can I talk about how uninspired Spencer's name is? The Nightmare Before Christmas. It's the name of the movie. It has nothing to do with his name.
Wait,
like yours is Yippee Carlos motherfucker, which I think is a pretty decent like play on words. Not top tier, but it's up there. I think I do have to say the best one's probably Hanukkah.
That's a really good one. Happy Hanukkah for all those celebrating.
Thank you.
I know you'll probably not hear it.
Shalom.
What was I gonna say? Yeah, someone called me the other night, like, "Oh, this building is flooding," and I'm like, "I'm not on duty." And they're just like, "But you're the RD, and last time I called the like my former supervisor, he took care of it." I'm like, shout out to him for working after the clock. I don't.
You know, sometimes you're both my favorite and least favorite person. Because that's a fantastic way to react to that. But at the same time, you're an asshole. They were calling you for help, and you were just like...
Must suck.
Be like, oh yeah, you should fix that. If you have spare room, pick up some blast frequency guns. Because you can combine them with assault rifles and turn them into the best weapon in the game. I
got the Merc Assault, and I don't see the other thing that you want.
So look at right here. It's this thing. So look for those. You need one of each. So if you don't have room, then you
need
don't stress too hard.
And you need the thingamaboober.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, don't waste it though, because if you use up the weapons, then you can't use them.
Okay.
Alright, so I got one of each. So we think we should both have one of each. So
wait, so we've gotten everyone?
And we're about to get the last two. Well, they're going to be added. I think we've saved everyone.
Yeah, we're going to need to play the Division now, simply so that way I can give you all these terrible personal anecdotes about places in New York City. Like, oh, this is where I got dumped. This is where some girl didn't return my text.
I've been going around Boston more often, and I gotta say, I really enjoy Boston.
Living in a major city is
Not
a wonderful.
I don't live there.
Well, I mean, like, just being in a major city is a very nice thing.
I'm enjoying walking around it. It's
I
fun.
enjoy being able to, like, escape into like thousands of people. Like no one really watches you in a major city. Like in Situate, people like, oh, I recognize you. I'm going to stare you down. And you get
Can I give an embarrassing personal anecdote that just happened last week that I don't know if I should tell yet, but I'm going to tell anyway?
Oh, tell.
Now you want to know. So, I was having a lovely evening with a woman. We were walking around Boston, and I've only just started seeing them, and so like I'm very cautious about
You're always cautious
about making certain moves because rejection is terrible and painful. So,
you got a little on the edge.
So, plus I have to do everything painfully sober, so it's like I have to think about all my decisions, which is I don't recommend. If you can, turn your brain off. It's.
I've only had one drunken like hookup with someone like I didn't know.
But anyway, so we're walking around Boston. We come to this really like really cool Christmas lit place that she brought me to, and we just kind of like walked through it. It was like an archway. I thought it was really romantic, and I was like, I should do something here. And I was like, I don't know if we've seen each other that long enough to do that. So then I was just like, all right, and I thought we were like walking to a coffee shop, so I just like kept going, and just found out after we like walked by it or passed, and just like, oh no, we walked past the coffee shop. I think they were closed. We're just kind of like walking back. It's like, oh okay, and then found out after that she was trying to make she was like, yeah, I was really hoping you would kiss me under the archway. I was like, fucking damn it.
That's corny as fuck, bro. That's corny as fuck.
I am for not doing it.
Everyone is for being involved with that.
Yeah, it was very, very basic, but I'm also
you
basic.
Love romance.
I did, and then I don't know if I do anymore.
That shit's for the birds.
But I was just like, I was like, oh man, this would be really romantic. And I was like, I don't know if I think it's too soon. And then just finding out later, it's like, yeah, I was hoping you would. I was like, damn it, fucking my instincts were right. This never happens. I'm usually always wrong. So just slightly like embarrassed. I'm just like, damn it.
I got drunk before noon on Sunday.
Really living the life, aren't you?
I went.
What soccer match was playing?
It was Manchester United versus Manchester City, and we went to the
weird how I fucking called it.
We went to the Manchester City bar, and like we showed up. I thought we were going a bit too early, so we show up at 10. Little do I know that at 9 a.m. is when they open, and also they start serving breakfast straight up the like. So I was like, damn, we didn't even have to buy breakfast. We could have just bought breakfast there and get a cup of coffee instead of start drinking as soon as we get in here. Boy.
Yeah, that's cool though, because I mean, I can understand why you enjoy soccer, because it's like weirdly niche enough here, but at the same time popular. So it's like you can find other people who are interested in it, but it's also not like oversaturated.
Yeah, there's not a lot of assholes who are into soccer.
That's kind of what I'm getting at. And but the fact that you could just find like a secluded bar to just like all enjoy the game and just get super fucking hammered is pretty cool. Weird that it's before noon, but
yeah. Well, the game started at 11:30,
yeah,
but
I
I wanted to make sure I got a seat.
But no, that is pretty cool.
Especially there were people from Manchester there, but it was funny after like the game's over, everyone starts piling out of the bar, and then everyone slowly comes to the realization it's like 1 in the afternoon and you're already pissed drunk, and you're stumbling, and everyone's just like we're loudly celebrating the game, and it's just like everyone else is having a normal Sunday, enjoying their day. The NFL fans haven't come out yet. They're still... So you really just look fucking odd.
Yeah. I have a moral question for you that you just made me think of.
What?
All right, let me try and think of this. Let's say me, you, 2 other random guys are hanging out.
When do we start feeling each other's butts and dicks?
Let's say we're on vacation across the country for this very hypothetical situation. Now, let's say one of the other 2 goes on Tinder and is like, I'm going to find someone to have casual sex with. And then they find them and it's like, okay, I need you guys to go to a coffee shop down the street for like an hour.
Hi.
Do you fuck with that?
Yeah, we out here. We out here. Tinder game. Tinder gang, you know. If she's cool with it from the jump. Also, now the thing is that all your friends have Tinder and all her friends get Tinder. And you have a Tinder social where you all just match on each other and have conversations. Like 4 people.
So
like an 8-person group chat.
Changing the rules. Okay, so one of the guys does it, but you're also in you, Carlos, are in a relationship.
I'm not fucking nobody.
Yeah, just making that clear.
Yeah, I'm just mean like if
So you're
if one of my friends did that, I'm like, yeah, we all coming through, we all showing out, but I'm not doing nothing. I'm not grabbing anyone's ass. I'm not sucking on any titties.
No, it's just one
Unless
of
it's
only one of your friends is basically using,
Okay, only one person.
and they're using it basically just to quickly fuck a stranger,
Yeah,
and
whatever.
you're kicked out of the apartment for it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll go find someone
Okay,
to do.
let me change it.
Does this happen to you?
It's just you, and all of your friends are female, and they're gonna get a random dude.
Oh wait, they're all gonna fuck the same dude?
No, just one, and then you're going with the other ones to the coffee shop.
Okay, yeah, it's whatever.
Supposed to die in the outbreak, Chuck.
I felt really awkward about it
All of you were supposed to die.
You never. Well, yeah.
because I'm
Never
just
did.
like they're like my sisters, so it's like really fucking weird. Oh, let me change the situation to that then.
If Melissa wants to get some dick,
Yeah,
yeah, I'm cool.
that's fucking weird.
As long as he makes more money than me.
What? What?
That's the
What?
rule.
That's really weird.
Why? I don't want my sister fucking no broke boys.
What if he was a broke boy?
And no, sir. I tell my sister, trap these rich men. Poke a hole in the condom.
Jesus Christ. You're not taking this situation that definitely happened to me seriously enough.
I'm just. It is what it is.
I just thought it was weird.
I remember freshman year, like my roommate used to always have sex with me in the room. And I'm like, bro, can you like just give me a heads up? I will leave.
You made it sound like,
So many nights I
you
would
made it
just
sound like he was having sex with you.
No, so many nights I would just wake up and hear like I would go to bed before him, thinking like, oh, he's not having sex tonight. I'm just gonna go to sleep because I have a 7 a.m. the next morning. I go to bed. I wake up in the middle of the night to like her moaning out. I'm like, fuck, again? So
This
then
is
I'm like,
excessive.
I'm just like laying there playing dead until like he finishes. Usually it's like 30 seconds after that, and then like she awkwardly climbs down her bunk bed, and I'm like, all right, fine, I can go back to sleep now.
So
It was more upsetting because she was super ugly, and I did not want to see what she was hiding under all them clothes.
all right.
Wait,
Modify-
let me make this go. Okay.
Oh, sorry. I mean, we're not going anywhere. This is still the same area.
I've lost him.
Modified question. Let's just say
If
this.
Melissa was having sex with me in the room, no.
No. Let's say you're on a trip with you, Melissa, and let's say 2 of your cousins. Now let's say just you and Melissa go somewhere else, and then
That's whatever. Let my cousins get that.
and then that night, Melissa's like, you guys are like hanging out, and then Melissa's like, all right, I need you, or I'm gonna bang a dude. I need you to get out of here.
Wait, how do you do this? It's with.
The assault rifle and the blast frequency gun.
Do I have the wrong assault
Are
rifle?
they not combining?
They're not. What
Oh,
happened?
you know what? Hold on. I think I had it wrong. You don't need the assault rifle for it. You need an amp. But that's fine. They're right over here.
Okay. Let me go grab that then.
So I was with a friend. I won't name them this time, but you know who they were. We were.
Did they also have chlamydia at one point?
Yes.
Okay.
So we were
Okay.
we were in Portland together, and it was just us. And we were.
Wow, and she was out here just fucking, and she was like, "Nick, can you like skirt for a little bit while I get some dick?"
Well, so here's how it went. I was we went to like an adult arcade where it's just like, you know, drinks on tap and shit like that.
and poured on the window.
And I was just so
where's,
it's
where's the other amp? There's only one amp.
there's amps about here. Yeah, they're infinite ones on the wall right here.
Oh, okay. I was looking for a big one.
Is that not big?
I was looking for a larger one.
So be careful with this gun because it only has 15 shots.
only has 15.
I'm gonna go try and make another weapon for the boss we're about to fight. So yeah, we're at there, and she goes, "Hey, would you be cool if I just randomly hooked up with a dude on Tinder?" I was like, I mean,
Damn, she's quick with the get.
I was kind of like, not really, because I mean,
What am I gonna do?
yeah, that was basically it. I was just like, so I mean, we're on the trip together. I was like, I thought we were hanging out together.
Are you only dating and getting into this one girl that you're currently seeing?
It's more of I can't pull that many.
Yeah.
So,
You power swipe.
I mean, I did. I'm still not getting any. It's not like that. It's not like it's like half trying, half not really.
But then again, guys do not get swipes. It took me a while before I was averaging a swipe a day.
So anyway, before you start paying for Tinder Plus or whatever it is, I gotcha. The saddest thing I can think to do.
That shit. You know,
I know there's people who've done it, and I know it hasn't done anything for them, and it makes me sad.
There's more. So there's a part of Tinder called Tinder Suite for only the super rich, super famous, super pretty. You have to be invited by other super rich, super famous, super pretty people. And as an ugly person, I feel like that's not how this should go.
So my story wasn't over. So she had already, she'd already gotten hers in LA, and I was like, I mean, it's just the two of us. You just like, what the fuck am I gonna do on my own? Like, so I was just like, I mean, I was just kind of like, I mean, I would like it if you didn't. And then, so she was like, you sure? Okay. And then, like an hour later, we're at this like ice cream shop. It's salt and something. That it's supposed to have like really weird ice cream flavors. Like apparently they had like mashed potato flavored and stuff like that. And I was just like, it's just something to do. So I ended up getting like just like a regular chocolate like brownie one. But that's just one of the things we could find to do. And as we're waiting in line, I like look over at her and I see her group texting the other two people I went to LA with who are no longer on the trip with us. And she's like, yeah, I was trying to do this, and but Nick really, really didn't want me to. And then one of them was like, oh, he's lonely. And I was just like, what the fuck is this shit? And I was just like, I was just so fucking mad. I was just like, no, I mean, just go. I mean, you don't need to worry about me. If you really want to go that badly, then go. I mean, you're an adult. And then
the dick is calling. Right?
And but then she was like, "Oh no, the timing has passed. It's too late now." I'm just like, and like I texted.
No, you girl, that window never closes.
Yeah, and she was like, "Oh yeah, he has to go to work in the morning." And I was just like, "Yeah." I was like, "I don't think he'll mind." And I was just like, "Honestly, just go." And I was just so fucking mad. And then, so I texted the other two people she was texting separately, and I was like, "Hey, just oversaw your conversation. I'm telling her to go, and she won't now." And then she one of them was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean like you were lonely." And I was like, "Apology not accepted." And then that was the last fucking thing I've said to them in like a week.
Oh, that's good. That's helpful.
But they haven't messaged me either, so I'm like, okay, guess I ruined a few friendships. That's cool. So what I'm saying is, go on trips with your friends. Nothing bad can happen.
You're just like using that weapon up.
We're at the last boss.
Oh, thank the Lord.
Or well, sort of at the last boss. You're right. I shouldn't.
I was waiting for it.
Legitimately, it is the final boss. The problem is we've played this game so well, we're gonna get the extra mode.
Oh my god.
Oh, you made knife gloves, right?
No.
Oh. All right.
The fuck?
No, I'm just wondering. It's not required.
I don't like you.
So you're behind this.
So you're behind this.
You killed all these people for money.
Who would do something like that for money? As if people do anything for any other reason.
I'm losing to a friggin' bird.
So yeah, that's part of my LA story. Had some awkward moments.
I feel like we haven't spoken in a while.
We haven't.
Yeah, this is true. I'm trying to think of anything else I got involved with.
Our friendship is diminishing because we're getting older.
Oh yeah, did I tell you about how the girls on my floor they
You did
wrote
tell me
up
about this.
yeah, so we finally had that dinner and we watched
Oh my god.
one of the worst Christmas movies I've ever seen called A Christmas Kiss. It's on Netflix. If you're bored and you hate yourself, I
Wait.
recommend watching it.
I think A Christmas Kiss was an Ion original movie because I think it used to play when
Is this
it would play on the TV back when it was Tedeschi's. I've seen this terrible movie, and you're right, it is terrible.
Were they kissing the elevator?
Yep.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! I'm so happy you.
I saw it in parts while I was working.
They could not understand why I hated the main romance interest because I'm like, he's a cheater and he feels no confliction.
Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, so he cheats and he doesn't feel guilty for cheating?
Okay, no,
Huh.
he's
It's
about to
weird.
get.
Weird that would make you angry at them because Carlos, there's something about you that I don't know if you knew.
Like what?
That
Like
you're a
what?
cheater.
I am not a cheater.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. I'm right. You had a concussion.
Okay, we weren't even dating, really. So,
Oh, so you weren't in love with the girl that you cheated on?
no, not in love with anyone.
Oh, you don't think so? So just 4 years of no contact, really, and just emotional torture was just just for fun and games.
Yes, fun and games. Should I use this weapon on him?
You can try. It's supposed to only work on zombies.
You're such a piece of shit. Yep, it did not work.
Did you fall off?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. Nope, it did not work.
Yeah, he dodges bullets from some bullshit.
Okay, Neo. Okay, mean Juliana.
Holy shit!
You fucked up.
Hold on, I have alcohol.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
You're really not.
I got more food.
I dropped it right here. Hold on. There you go. Oh, you just carry wine and cheeseburgers on you?
Yeah, you don't. I'm a real American. Fight for the life of every man. Oh, fuck, he is. No, you're sodding my black ass. He's CQCing me all up in here.
How'd the sledgehammer work?
It did not work out.
Did he knock it out of your hands?
Yeah. Are you just letting him fuck me up for your...
I'm kind of trying to watch it cinematically.
Get over here, you son of a bitch. Boom. Oh, no, that continues to not work. Alright, do I have any other weapon? No,
Carlos,
I don't have any.
use your close quarters combat training. Come on. The boss didn't die for this.
Snake!
Oh, Jesus.
Did you see the new Death Stranding,
No, I actually haven't seen it yet.
I continue
I know
to
it
not
dropped.
what the fuck that game is.
Well, that's the other thing. It's like, what's the point of watching it now when we're not going to really know what kind of game it is for like 6 years? Oh, shit.
Okay. What the fuck
He's
am I supposed
camping.
to do?
You have to use hand-to-hand combat. You actually, you hit the nail on the head. You have to use CQC.
How do you do that? How do you even use it?
There are a lot of melee moves in this game that you have not used once.
What the fuck, dude?
But don't feel bad, because that's the point of the game, is that they expect that you haven't used the melee moves, and that's why this is supposed to be a hard boss.
How do you even use a melee move?
With the square and the X button and all that other shit, it's like, you have to be barehanded, obviously.
Oh, fuck. No, I just drink the alcohol. How do you select?
If you press up, you'll become barehanded.
Okay. Alright, I'm gonna fuck this dude up now.
It's annoying, because they did the same thing in Dead Rising 1 with the final
I will
boss.
be.
You had to fight
I will become
barehanded.
big boss now, bitch.
Oh yeah. You look a little bit little bit angry. You look a little venomous to me.
Solid as bitch. All up in here.
I don't know, he's got gray hair. He might be Old Snake. In which case we'd stand no chance.
Yay! I didn't know people hated Metal Gear Solid 4 that much. It's not
I
the worst in the
vaguely
series.
knew about it. What's the worst in the series?
It might be 5.
Oh,
Yeah,
your
that's
game
a-
of the year?
Yeah, but then again, I also hold Metal Gear Solid games to a much higher standard.
I tried to play 5 again, and I could not do it.
Yeah, it's because you know the ending is not worth it.
But I also
I feel
know
like-
that I think I don't know. It has so
Also,
much
you
potential
fight
for
with
just like fucking around.
Just-
All right, let's regroup at the bottom. Hold on. There's some food littered around here too. If you need it.
The group. I got the. Okay. Yeah.
No.
I should be-
I'm telling you to regroup. I'm gonna make this easier for you.
I'm gonna do that.
All right, ready?
First.
There you go. Knife gloves.
Oh my.
Holy shit!
What?
What? I didn't know that could happen. I legitimately had no idea. What the fuck is he playing at? All right. One man, alone in the universe.
Where is that from?
I don't know. Every movie trailer ever.
No, there's like a movie that makes fun of that.
So I feel like this is the climax of every like buddy cop movie, where the more competent one is like fighting alone, but you're gonna end up saving me at the last second and getting the last hit.
Oh, fuck this dude up when I get up there. Suck my dick from the back, Sullivan. Ah, shit.
Ah, fuck. You have knife gloves.
Oh,
they
no,
drop-
I didn't pick them up.
They dropped down there
Yeah, they
somewhere.
fell
You
into
might
the
have
hole.
destroyed them, to be honest.
Suck my dick, Sullivan. Boom, boom, boom.
Boom, boom, pop.
You thought white supremacy was gonna save you? Well, turns out black supremacy is gonna end you, bitch.
He has so many iframes where he's just invincible.
Damn, you out here counting frames?
I mean, when I can't damage him, it's pretty obvious.
Fuck me. Did you beat him?
I did.
Yeah.
So I want you to watch his death scene, because I don't know if you remember it.
I don't. I remember literally none of this game, other than like TK being a piece of shit.
It does the typical, oh, you beat him, but then he gets a Deus Ex Machina.
It seems a bit excessive for one man, especially way too close to him.
Are you saying that he's too strong, that no one man should have all that power?
Shut the fuck up. You don't even like Kanye.
That's true. Look at this. He handcuffed him. He handcuffed his belt to
Good lord.
the railing, and then when the airplane went to grab him up, it tore him in half.
That's gotta be top 5 worst ways to die.
Well, it'd be quick.
Not really.
Actually, would it?
No, you feel your ribs separate.
Ugh.
Channel 6 Action News. This is Chuck Green. You want the scoop of a
Doesn't Chuck Green have a face that screams innocent?
bunker full of survivors in
Yes.
City. And I've got the proof of what happened.
To be fair, without the mask, his face isn't much more
I need
warm.
rescue choppers, and I need them right now.
What about that plane that was picking him up? What do you think they're going? What do you think they're thinking?
Oh, fuck.
Just like, well, see ya.
There goes all that money.
I don't know why there's like physical cash involved here. Hey, better with a friend. That is one of the rare trophies in this game.
Oh, fuck me.
Did you get the trophy? Better with a friend? According to Night Demon, it only pops if it for the second player if it's all in one session, which we did not do.
I did not have a pop.
You don't care about it anyway. That's fine.
Yep, it's Dead Rising.
That's why you're the perfect partner. You don't care about trophies, but I do, so I can fuck you over and it won't matter.
I'm excited to play The Division.
Oh, it's just decided we're playing Division.
Oh, yes, we are. That is a great game with a lot. We can play just the two of us.
You don't want to add Spencer to it?
We can add Spencer to it if you want. I don't think he has it on PlayStation, though.
You don't want to add my brother to it?
Everyone can join. But I thought we were playing Borderlands with them.
That's true.
We're not even done with Borderlands.
John Barnett, please buy The Division.
Yeah, any lucky viewer who buys The
Nope.
Division.
Nope. This is only for exclusively for someone who works for me.
If you donate $5,000.
Nope. Well, I wouldn't have to split with you, right?
You'd have to give 95% to me.
That's not splitting.
I came up with the idea.
Oh, then no. I'm not doing it. Easy peasy.
There we go. We've beaten Dead Rising 2.
Incorrect.
What the fuck's left there? To fight TK?
Yep.
Really?
There's a way to skip through here. I don't know what's happening.
Rob McMurtry was the senior project manager. Rob went on to work on, I don't know.
Probably Dead Rising 3. Shot in the dark. So, would this make the game better for you? Apparently in Dead Rising 1, not apparently, when you killed a certain number of zombies in one playthrough, you would unlock the Mega Man Buster. And it was completely broken, and you would just run around with a fucking Mega Buster. And it made the game, like, ridiculously easy. But also, you could still experience the game that way. Would that have made things more interesting for you if there was, like, a broken weapon you could use the whole game?
No, because I just don't like playing the game. It just feels so clunky, and I understand that's part of its charm. It just doesn't work for me.
How do you feel with the time limit?
I like that. I think that's really
See,
cool.
This bothers me, because I was thinking about this recently. Pikmin 1 had a time limit of 30 days. You crash land, you only have enough oxygen for 30 days, so you have to get all 30 of your spaceship parts in 30 days. I like that. It adds to the challenge. It's how much can you accomplish in a certain amount of time. Dead Rising has the ongoing time limit of, like, these survivors will only appear for this amount of time. This part is only available for this part, or for this amount of time. You have you're timed on all of these missions. I like that. But I feel like people don't.
Yeah.
But it's like, it does not work for a casual market, and I don't know why. I don't know. A lot of people get really stressed by it.
Yeah, I saw a video about from a guy named Campster who was talking about, like, his favorite thing about Dead Rising is that it forces you to time manage.
Yeah.
And there's like you could have multiple save files, like, for 2, but not 1. He was just like, but he enjoyed that, like, each choice had an actual consequence rather than, like, oh, there's a good ending, there's a bad ending. And also there's a chance that you'll just get locked out of the story simply because you did not manage your time effectively enough to see all the story there is. But I wish games would, like, add a timer like that. Like, I like Majora's Mask. Granted,
Well, Majora's Mask is a soft timer. It exists, but you can always just reset it.
Yeah. I wish, though, like, they would make a hard timer.
No, I agree. I think it's a unique thing to put in games, and it kind of bothers me. Like,
Also,
to have
which
your
games
entire
had seasons?
playthrough judged. You think they should have seasons?
That's a me thing. It annoys me that I don't understand how much time passes in the game because there's no visible effects.
Oh, you mean like as the story progresses?
Like, yes, for you to
Not like Animal Crossing, where if you play in January, there'll be snow on the ground.
Actually, I still fuck with that idea.
I like that idea. It just gets boring if, like, you play through most of it. Like, say you play the game most of your time in, like, 2 months.
In January? Yeah. And then
So you just kind of get sick of the same environment.
Well, you could just change your console calendar.
Yeah, but that's a step away than you should have to go through. You know what I mean?
True. But, like, I enjoy
I know I can skip these, and I don't know if we both have to be pressing buttons. I don't know what the issue is.
I'm hitting every button.
Oh, God damn it. It's always you.
Oh, I got the clean record trophy.
Yeah, that's for beating the game. Or that's for getting the S rank.
But what was I going to say? I like... What were we just talking about?
Time limits. Seasons.
Oh, like, I like in FIFA that in the winter months of the soccer season, the game has snowy soccer fields to play on. But I wish, like, something like Grand Theft Auto or, like, Assassin's Creed, as you play the game, like Bully. I love that Bully.
Bully's a good example of that. Bully's a really good example of that.
And it makes it feel like, oh yeah, I'm going through the entire school year. Like, things are only really changing on a superficial level, but it makes it so that way it doesn't seem like the character did a bunch of crystal meth and stayed up for 3 days and decided to take over an entire city.
Well, Bully also has the sleeping system and, like, the day and night cycle. And Bully does another thing that I wish more games would do, where there are only so many NPCs and they all have, like, their own names and stuff like that. And
Yeah,
I wish, and it treats them like as one person. It's not like there's just like 50 copies of this one dude wandering around. It is that one guy, and he's just wandering around the city. And I wish more games would do that, and I also wish they would give them like individual personalities. Not a lot. Like give them like 3 unique lines, so that they felt like you'd be like, oh man, fuck Ralph. Ralph's an asshole. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, like as much.
I understand you
know,
can't do it in a game like Grand Theft Auto where it's massive.
or like yeah, or Witcher, where it's just like it's
Yeah.
unreasonable. But I would like I like in Dishonored and Deus Ex in those things where you're in that small environment.
I think Deus Ex it would work really well. Now that I think about it, yeah.
And I like that. Like I get to know intimately the areas. Like at one point in Deus Ex, like when I was replaying Deus Ex Mankind, I was like, I can turn off the map, and I know how to get around everything. I know where the roads go naturally. Like in Grand Theft Auto, you can't really do that because it's just like, okay, that way's the desert, that way's the ocean.
Oh, real quick interjection about Grand Theft Auto that I think you'll appreciate. Visiting LA, holy shit, did Grand Theft Auto get LA right? Like there was a lot of like just areas. And I was like, this looks vaguely familiar, and I was like, oh, that's why.
When I when I first moved to New York, I remember walking around. I was like, oh, so this is a real thing. This is not something.
All right, I gotta stock up on some food real quick.
Same.
Got beat up by an old man. So we have 7 things we have to collect from the mall.
But just like, especially, like I like in Last of Us that there's like the seasonal break, but I would love if you gave me like a small town or something.
See, okay, so let me ask you this: are you a fan of hub worlds or?
Yeah, I like hub worlds.
Okay, so here's another question: do you prefer when the hub world starts off kind of bare and slowly develops as the game goes on, or do you like when it's just like it's consistent? So, for example, and this is not because I wanted to bring it up, but in Digimon Next Order and like the main Digimon World games, as you recruit more Digimon, they'll add to like your hub worlds, like your main like center, and be like, oh, this one opened a weapon shop. Oh, this one opened this. This one gives you like an XP bonus when you do this and stuff like that. They like add abilities for you as you recruit them, and it kind of like makes the city slowly feel alive as they like add buildings as things go on.
Yeah, I like that. Like in Assassin's Creed 2 when you have Monte Gore
Yeah,
or whatever.
that's another good way. For that, I wish it would be like, I wish it was like when you upgraded it, you actually saw buildings like being built. That's how that would be the equivalent.
Like it's just odd to me. Like I understand it's very difficult to make a game, let alone a game where...
I mean it's ambitious, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, but it's just odd to me that like so many games kinda like one thing I like about Dead Rising, like to go back to the timer, I like that we're on the timer and all of this, like if you were to map it out, all happened within a couple hours and makes sense.
Well, a couple days, but yeah.
Yeah. But like it makes sense why Chuck is up the entire time because fuck me.
It's urgent.
Yes. The time is of the essence. Fuck,
God damn, there's a lot of them here.
Yeah. Like in Legend of Zelda, as much as I love Legend of Zelda, it's weird to me that Link bangs out all of this.
Oh, hang on. Real quick, I dropped out the feet. That's a good health item.
Okay.
So if you combine if you combine 2 alcohol or 2 of the same alcohol, it'll make a painkiller, which makes you immune from melee damage for a short while. I think that's what painkiller does, or it might make it so you have a higher defense. I don't remember. All right, I'm gonna grab a few brewskis, pound them real quick, and then be ready to go. I need to find a flashlight to make another sword. All right. So we're off to the gift basket. No, hold on. I'm trying to find the one that's gonna be closest. Just make it easier.
Also, another thing I realized about Assassin's Creed while I was playing Unity. Assassin's Creed doesn't work in like the oh, you're right next to history, like when it's changing, like French Revolution, American Revolution, because it's just like you're using this as a backdrop, and it doesn't seem. It seems like we're just like you just have the main character. This was super important, so we're gonna have you walk through it. I think it works best like in Assassin's Creed, where it's just like we know that a major pivotal.
You mean the original one?
Assassin's Creed 2, I mean.
I was gonna say because I found the original Assassin's Creed to be the worst of the series. Like I think it tried the least, if that makes sense.
Well, yeah, it was a new game, whatever.
No,
But
yeah, of course. I mean, I forgive it for it. It's not its fault. It was a very ambitious project when it started, but I do find it to be even more boring than the more recent entries.
But Assassin's Creed 2 I enjoy because like it's telling you a story and you know things are going to change in history if you like into history, but you're not seeing like and then he met Paul Revere, and then Paul Revere did the Midnight Ride, and now we're gonna move. Like now we know that he's gonna move on to this. It's more like these are the things happening in the shadows that affect the main things, rather than the main things affecting the things in the shadow.
Do you know one thing that I think Assassin's Creed 2 gets away with that I don't think it should have been able to?
What?
Do you know? So you remember how in the game there's a sequence for each chapter, so the sequence 1 through like 11, and then it skips to sequence 14. And it's just kind of like, oh, and some things happened, and now Ezio's older.
Oh yeah, now Ezio is going to break into the Vatican.
But you know why they did that, right?
I don't.
12 and 13 sequences were DLC.
DLC? Oh, well.
So they directly cut it from like the middle of the story.
Also, so in other games, you can go on the the wiki, like the fan wiki, and like learn a lot about
the Wikia, you mean?
Yeah, whatever.
It doesn't matter. I'm sorry, just nitpicking.
So I went on the Assassin's Creed one, and I was like, I legitimately don't understand anything.
No, because the main plot of Assassin's Creed, the one outside of like each individual story, is they fucking went off the goddamn rails.
Yeah, and
Brotherhood started it, and then I think Revelations just took it completely fucking stupid.
No, but like, I was watching some YouTube videos like explaining the modern day story, and one I noticed, really nothing has happened. Fun fact in the modern day story.
No, once they stopped it with the Desmond shit, they were just like, for some reason, people didn't like the main story, like, and I'm just like, that was my whole reason for playing, was like I wanted to know what happened to Desmond and stuff like that.
Because like,
and it's just I can't believe
this is history. We know that nothing happened.
That's what I mean. It's like I know what happened here. Spoilers, like I can look it up, but I'm just
Hitler
like,
happened.
It's just so strange to me that people don't really like appreciate like the original story, and
also there's a lot of retcons.
Yeah, but I'm just like,
but then again, they did fire that guy twice.
That, and I find the Templar assassin like conflict to be kind of boring.
Oh yeah, it is a bore.
It's just
like the guy who came up with it, they fired him twice, and you could tell on Assassin's Creed 2 he was still trying to figure out what it even meant. And then like I'm watching videos of Black Flag and what's that? What's the one after Black Flag? Oh, no.
Wasn't Unity after Black Flag, or was it
Syndicate? It's Rogue. Rogue and Unity both came out at the same time.
That's right. One was for PS3 and 360, and one was for PS4 and Xbox One, which fucking Ubisoft, that's one of the dumbest decisions I've ever heard in my life.
But even Revelations, actually really Brotherhood, Revelations 3, and Black Flag, they don't really expand.
Brotherhood, like, as much as I love it, the main story does nothing.
All it really does
is Desmond's stuck inside his own mind. That's the story.
Oh no, that's Revelations.
You're right.
Brotherhood is when he's in Rome with the Borgias.
Yes.
And it's just like part 2 to distort. Like, we didn't really need this, but here's the game.
Brotherhood was weird because you're right, we didn't need it, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, cool. And it was fun playing as Ezio again. Revelations, they pushed it too far.
Yeah, they were just like,
it was like, we didn't need it, and I didn't want it. Like, it was just.
And it's brown.
Oh, but we're going to let you customize all these bombs and do all this. It's like, okay.
Oh my God.
It's like, all right, well, I'll make grenades and smoke bombs. Thanks.
That's actually another odd thing. Like, I remember...
That was supposed to be like the twist for that game. I'm just like, it was okay.
So I played 2. I played Brotherhood, right?
Mm-hmm.
But after Brotherhood, I played Revelations as well. and 3.
This is when we were both playing them like more or less together.
Yeah.
I really liked Brotherhood, but I was working on like trying to like 100% it. And there's multiplayer in that, so spoiler, I didn't. But so I was really into. I took a little bit more time with Brotherhood than you did, and so you were like you got Revelations like the day it came out, and so did I.
But no, you got Revelations, and then I got to play it on the winter break, and like I remember you saying like it wasn't that good. Like you were just like, it's enjoyable, but at that point,
I was burnt out.
Yeah. After you played Revelations, I remember you were just like, yeah, I'm good with this series now. And
yeah,
I played Revelations.
Well, that's actually exactly what happened, because the end of Revelations, I like got there and I was just kind of like, you know how the whole story. Well, this whole story up until that point was, oh, it's all about the apple. Oh, it's about all the piece. It's the piece of the apple, the apple. And I get to the end of it, and so you get to the end of Ezio's story, and he goes to where Altair was. So they're trying to tie it together with the first Assassin's Creed. I appreciated what they were trying to do, and you find a second apple, and I was just like. And I'm just like, I'm fucking done. No. You can't just be like, here's another godlike thing. I don't want to play it anymore. And it was especially, and it pretty much had the same reaction Ezio did, where Ezio was like, I'm done being an assassin. He was like, I'm out. That's literally what it was. He was just like, I'm just done being an assassin. I was like, you know what, Ezio? I feel you. Me too. Like.
But I remember Revelations, oddly enough. That was the point. More Brotherhood, but I remember they kept on introducing new things, and I was just like, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to beat this game without using any of the new methods, because I'll just use the same things that worked in Assassin's Creed 2, and still worked.
I forget. In 2, you could fight with the hidden blades, right? Like you could. I think in 1 you couldn't fight with them.
One you couldn't,
which I thought was ridiculous.
That makes sense.
It makes sense, but it wasn't fun. Like,
yeah,
you have to balance that. And then they added the gun, but then they give you the gun in Brotherhood much earlier, I think. And I'm just like, I don't.
Yeah, well, it's one shot, and then it turns into 5 shots.
If I remember, Brotherhood had something that interested me, where they had a multiplayer in Brotherhood, and the multiplayer characters were like stock like characters, but like they each had their kind of like own story. And I remember in the base game of Brotherhood, you could track down and assassinate like.
How did you get there? Did you go right? Oh yeah, you did.
In the main game, you could like assassinate like 5 of the like characters, but you couldn't get all of them, and that bothered me. I was like, you introduced like 12 multiplayer characters, and you can only deal with like 5 or 6 of them. Why is that? I was like, why couldn't you just add all of them in? That seems so weird to me. And I was like, maybe they're planning it for DLC later, and I don't know if I ever found it. So,
what's funny to me is. So you play 2, you get the crazy awesome ending, right? Then you play Brotherhood.
Don't get me wrong, 2 is a fantastic game from start to finish, and the ending was a mindfuck. But then they could not keep up with it.
Yeah, well, I think my big thing is like they try to go for the same thing in Brotherhood. Like, here's a big what the fuck ending.
And I was just kind of like fatigued.
Revelations, they realized we have no idea where to go with this.
Yeah. I mean,
and then in 3, they just like, why don't just put this thing in the fucking.
I never finished 3, so I don't. That was where I dropped off because you talked about how bad it was.
Ask Creed 3, but
the story behind you playing 3 is more interesting to me than 3.
Because I burned through it in like 3 days. I was just like, wow.
So that was there's an extra layer to this. That was one of the first games you bought digitally.
Yeah.
And you downloaded it like the day it came out, and you were so excited to play it. And then you started playing it, and then like you beat it, and you're like, I don't know if I liked it that much. And the more you sat with it, the more you slowly grew to hate it. And it's to the point where like 3 weeks after, you were like, you know what? I really didn't like that. I hated that game. I just like got so angry that you spent a full $60 on a game that took you like 3 days.
It's not that it took me 3 days. It's more that I played all of the series, and then to get to that point, like it's really the first series I'd say in my short life that let me down that way. Because like this was after Mass Effect, but even Mass Effect, I didn't.
Mass Effect, that's a whole different conversation. But yeah, I know what you mean.
I wasn't into Mass Effect like I was Assassin's Creed. Like, to me, it was like, oh, wow, yeah, that kind of sucked that Mass Effect 3 I mean, bullshit. But I was like, the rest of the game was I really liked. And then like with Assassin's Creed, I was like, I'm really into this. I'm really excited to see where they go. I'm really excited for the modern day Assassin's Creed game that we're going to get at one point that they keep teasing. And especially in 3, you get to play as Desmond 5 times in the modern day, like running over shit, like murdering people. And I was like, this is awesome. I can't wait to finish this game and we see Desmond become the master assassin. And then they kill Desmond. And I was just like, wait, what?
Like they were
what?
building this character for all this stuff, and then they just decided,
Like they clearly thought of it, because I'm like, why would you build those 5 levels? They just clearly were like, look at how awesome this modern day Assassin's Creed is going to be. And then you get to the end and you're just like, so I'm never gonna get that. And that's when I was just like,
it is when you kind of realize they never have a plan to do a modern one.
And then they made Watch Dogs out of the parts.
The leftover scraps.
No, that's literally what it is. Which I'm happy for, but still. And they're in the same universe. But I really just want a Ubisoft Avengers type game. Because Far Cry also takes place in the same universe. I'm like, I'd be actually
Wait,
really...
what?
Yeah, Far Cry, The Division, Watch Dogs, and Assassin's Creed all take place in the same universe.
I think that's a stretch.
No, because you see Abstergo show up all the time, and they do things. And in those games, they have like other, like in Assassin's Creed games, you can read emails from the companies and stuff in those games.
All right, we're almost done.
It's actually cool, but like I don't know. I don't think they should ever try to make it, because I don't know which game. Like, would they make it an Assassin's Creed game? Would they make it a Far Cry game? What would they like? What would it look like, right? But I think it'd be cool if they made Watch Dogs and Assassin's Creed into one game, like one spin-off, like you know, there's a Yakuza zombie game.
Yeah,
I'd be totally fine with that if there was like a Watch Dogs, Assassin's Creed, complete non-canon crossover. I'm like, ooh, I would love to play that.
So, speaking of Far Cry, are you interested in Far Cry 5?
Nope.
I don't like the Far Cry formula. I find 3 and 4 to be very boring. I know a lot of people really enjoyed it, and you're not wrong for that opinion, like you are with most of your opinions. But for me, I was just like, I found it very bland.
What's funny is so they use all that imagery of Trump, like far right terrorists, and then they've slowly been trying to back off from it.
I knew they would. Like, I was just like, that's their fucking fan base. That's the people who play Far Cry.
Every interview the guy goes is like, we let people come to their own decisions about things. We don't want to.
Let me correct myself. When I say
I fucking hate that answer.
When I say those are the people who play Far Cry, I mean that, you know, how do I put this? I'm not saying people who play Far Cry are racist,
but there's a good number of racist people who buy Far Cry games.
No, I mean, I find like I said, I think the Far Cry games are kind of bland and a little bit boring, but I feel like they appeal to like a casual kind of fan base, and I feel like those are the kind of people who are in favor of Trump is like filthy casuals.
Wow, that's a take.
Is that a take?
Yeah, because Trump fans aren't really filthy casuals.
Oh, you're right. Well, I also think they make bad decisions, and like Far Cry is a bad decision. It's gonna get bad. I can't wait. I can't wait for the comment. I was with you for the first hour and a half, and then you started talking, or hour and 40 minutes, then you started talking about Trump.
But like,
no, I'm sorry. I don't mean to make it political. About this game that is very political.
Yeah, I just hate whenever any video game developer, like David Cage, is doing that shit with
about
Detroit.
What?
Detroit, he's like, it's not about violence versus non-violence, and I'm like, bro, you have a game about protests, and you trying to make it seem like it's not about Black Lives Matter? Come on, come on.
I really don't like the backpedaling by game developers. You're right. I wish they would just be like, yeah, here's our message, play it or don't.
Yeah, like I enjoy what.
But at the same time, they're big studios. They've got, pressure and stuff.
But come on, you don't see movie directors you don't see Jordan Peele backing down like, yes, Get Out is not about how white liberals actually kill black people and do nothing to help them. Like he's here.
How much money did Get Out need to make back to become successful?
Like 90 mil or something.
What do you think what was the budget for it?
It was 90 mil was like the budget.
Would you consider that within the realm of like if comparing it to a video game, it would be like an indie game or like a larger indie game, like not quite like someone made it alone out of their basement, but like
It would be like
not like a third-party studio.
it would be like whatchamacallit. Yeah, it would be like those THQ games back in the day.
I was gonna say, would it be like say like Hotline Miami or something, where it's like not a major
what was it?
studio, but like a significant indie game?
Like Payday. It'd be
Yeah,
like Payday.
That's fun. So it's like they don't quite really have to.
But
Those kind of games don't really have to make the numbers up as much, but like a major game, like a David Cage game from like Quantic Dream, I would consider Sony to probably have big hopes for that.
But I just mean like, why you gotta be? Why do you use the imagery and then back off it? Like, I don't understand if like, let's say you make fucking what's it like in in big old quotes a non-political game like.
I mean, I was gonna say, but most RPGs aren't political, but they're very anti-religion.
Yeah, like if you tried to make, I'm like looking around my room for
to clarify, most RPGs end with you fighting God and then deciding you don't need God. If you didn't realize that.
If you try to make something like Resistance, right?
Oh,
Resistance doesn't really have that much political because it's like, what happens if World War II never happened? Instead, like these weird zombie creatures came out the ground. Like, what the fuck would we do then? Like, I don't understand if they were like, yeah, this has no politics. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. Your game's not really that political unless you're like trying to say something with the aliens that I didn't read. But
well, how do you feel about like Wolfenstein 2? Where
that's a directly political game, and when the Bethesda PR rep was just like, we try not to be political. I'm like, motherfucker, you're using Nazi imagery.
Didn't he? No, what he said? Didn't someone on the development team say something like, you know, it didn't used to be political to just fight Nazis? It was. We were all pretty in agreement that it wasn't, that they weren't great people.
But I mean, like, don't you like it? It did annoy me in Watch Dogs 1 when they, and 2, it still does annoy me, where they talk about like, oh, Big Brother's watching you, but still they don't want to say anything meaningful about that. So I'm just like,
oh yeah, where they like take the half political stance, like here's the setting, but we're not going to do anything with it.
yeah, like, come on, man, be interesting, because if you say something like, I'll give kudos to Dead Rising 2, where this game is clearly about like the pharmaceutical industry is gonna get you fucked up, and then they gonna get you hooked on this shit. Like,
that is kind of true. They do take a weird stance. Not weird, but I mean they take a direct stance.
Yeah, like, and kudos to them.
All right, so the two of us basically try and take a few seconds to like run around and grab some items because we have nothing.
Okay, yeah, I punched him in the face and that did nothing.
But what you got to do is we got to keep Katie and Stacy up because they're currently hanging, suspended above the zombies. So when one of us is fighting, at some point the other one should try and grab those two.
How do I do that? By running through the stupid course? Oh. I will save my progress, though.
An error has occurred in the following application. Dead Rising 2.
I saved my game.
Can I level with you, Carlos?
What?
I got the co-op trophy. You don't need to be here.
Oh.
I just thought it would be weird to not finish the story for the videos.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
But I don't know if I want to do that again. Because the last time we saved was before this ending. So I think this might be the end of Dead Rising 2. Like, I can go and do this solo by myself and just clean up the trophies, but
okay,
that is depressing.
I'm gonna download The Division right now.
I think mine's already downloaded. But yeah, that's it. As much as you may not have liked the game, I think it did lead to some of our best content.
Yeah, it was actually, this time playing, it was much better than playing it the first time.
I think so too. To be fair, I wasn't like hurrying you along. That was the first time.
the last time I was trying to like, what is this new game that we're playing? Let me try to play this. And then
Also,
were
you
like,
had access to the DLC this time, so it was a little easier because you had part of the ninja mask on you.
Oh, I actually already have the division downloaded on here. Oddly enough.
Well, that's it from us today. Thank you all for watching Dead Rising 2. I had a lot of fun, even if you didn't enjoy the game. And I guess look forward to the Division, which is Carlos's pick. So if you think it's bad, then it's his fault.
Hate a reason.
Till next time, guys.
Apparently, I cannot find this game on my console.